Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be creating this makeup look here. I don't know, I just kind of felt like doing something very grungy and smoky but with a pop of colour, and I just went for a pop of royal blue. And I also used the brand new Sample Beauty palette. This is also in collaboration with Beth Painter, so congratulations to her on this palette. It is absolutely beautiful, it is amazing, and yeah, that's it. But anyway guys, if you just want to know how I got this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Hey friends. I do apologise at how I look right now. I am aware that I don't look visually appealing right now. I'm just going to actually get my cream products out of the way, primer, foundation, concealer, all that good stuff, and then put my wig on because it saves me putting it on, securing it, then taking it off again and putting it on, you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm just going to start the video like this, I don't care. But I'm just going to get quickly stuck into the tutorial. So and first off, just going to prime my skin. I'm going to be using the Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer. I used this the other day in a tutorial actually, and I've been using it ever since because I love it. It's actually a really nice primer, and also it's running out, so I might as well just use it up. It's such a nice primer to use like first thing in the morning because it is like a foamy whipped texture, and it's so cooling. Like whenever you actually apply it onto the skin, it just feels so nice. It's also nice and hydrating as well. So for my eye makeup today, I'm actually going to do something a wee bit grungy with a pop of colour. I done my nails last night. This colour is supposed to be neon blue. Yeah, no. I'm actually inspired by my nails, so I think I might actually do like a pop of blue on the lower lash line, but we'll see. For my foundation, I'm going to be using the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and then to conceal, I'm going to be using the All Night Long. Yeah, the All Night Long concealer. I think this is the lightest shade, Milk. Yeah, Milk. This is honestly such a fantastic wee concealer from the drugstore. Woohoo! One more step and I can put my wig on. So I'm going to cream contour. So I'm just going to use a wee stippling brush. And for my cream contour, I'm going to use the Revolution foundation stick in the shade F13. Isn't it absolutely crazy how applying just like a wee bit of cream contour can just transform your face? It just adds such a nice warmth to the skin. Whenever you have foundation concealer on your face, it just looks very flat in my opinion, but once you just add a wee bit of cream contour or bronzer, it just kind of brings the skin back to life again. I honestly have no idea what is going on with this hair. Please excuse these situations. One's kind of up and one's kind of like down. Sad, I don't know. So off camera there, I just went on ahead and baked. I just used the Becca Hyra mist powder that I've been using recently, and I also just quickly set my skin. I used the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow setting spray. I actually filmed this last Friday and tried it for the first time, and I actually really like this. Actually, I have the original one in my collection, and I have to say I really do prefer this one to the original one. I'm going to be using the Be Perfect Cosmetics Sub-Zero highlighting palettes. So I'm just gonna go in with this shade here. I'm just gonna pop that just on my cheekbones. Anytime I'm doing like a body highlight, like my shoulders or my chest or anything, this is the palette I'll use, and I will use this shade here, Lifestyle. It's actually the one shade in the palette that I've actually used the most, which I find really weird because it's quite a dark shade. Because usually in a highlighting palette it's always the really dark shades that I'm obviously always left with, but it's such a beautiful highlight for the body, especially if you do have a wee bit of a tan on. Then I'm going to go into this top shade here, We Made It. I'm just going to be focusing on that just at the highest points. I've actually just noticed that I'm going to be using quite a lot of palettes in this tutorial for my face, so I'm now going to be going in with the Nars. What is this? This is the Exposed Cheek Palette. So as you can see, it has obviously blush shades, it has a highlighter, and it has two like well, depending on, I would say, your skin tone, you could maybe get away with using these as blushes, but I would actually get away with my skin tone using them as like bronzers and contours. Maybe not so much this shade here because in person it looks very, very dark. But I don't know, depending on your skin tone, this could be a very versatile palette for you, but I'm just going to use this today for a blush, and I'm going to be using this shade here. This wee blush is actually really nice, and I'm actually wondering, can you actually get it as a single? Because it has the names of the shades in the back of the palette, and apparently it's called Make You Mine. So I'm just kind of wondering, do they do this blush as a single? Because I've never actually used any Nars blushes apart from Orgasm, and it's definitely one of those blushes, I have to say, that I just bought because of the hype. It's like I bought it back in the day. Even whenever I didn't wear a blusher, I was like, maybe I'll get into it. Maybe I'll see what it's like. I'm gonna be using this Tarte Park Ave Princess palette. So it has kind of like two setting powders. I actually used this powder here to brighten in here a wee bit because I don't know, that Becca powder seemed to like dull my under eyes quite a bit. And then obviously you have a couple of shades of contours and bronzers. Itchy head. So yeah, I think I've maybe used this palette like 3 times. I'm trying to think what shade I used. I think it was this one. So I'm just gonna go on with this one here to bronze slightly. Okay, so as I was saying there, I'm definitely wanting to do something quite grungy on the eyes. And this is the Brownie palette by Beth Painter. It's the Painter's palette. I was actually gifted this by a Beauty Bay last week, so thank you so much to Beauty Bay for sending me this palette. So I don't actually think I'm going to be dipping into too many of the colours considering the look I'm wanting to go for. So I probably will be using some of the neutral tones, and then as I say, I think I'm really wanting to use some of the blues on my lower lash line, so I will be dipping into the blues obviously, but I do apologise that I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy and colourful. I have actually noticed that my looks have been a wee bit not boring, but a wee bit lackluster recently. I haven't been like fully going out of like say my comfort zone or whatever. I don't know, but anyway, one more neutral eyeshadow tutorial won't hurt. I'm just gonna take this shade here. I think this shade might be a wee bit too light. Pigment from Simple Beauty. And oh god, where is it? It is literally the most beautiful pigment. It's in the shade 7B. It's literally just this, but in a pigment. And it's just a pure royal blue pigment. I'm gonna take a wee bullet brush. To add some coloured mascara. This is actually the L'Oreal Mega Volume Miss Babydoll Roll Mascara. This is one here. But this is in the shade Indigo. I'm not even too sure if they do this anymore, but it's honestly absolutely beautiful. I love it! Yeah, I think it's gone a wee bit clumpy on those lashes. Oh. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much to Beauty Bay for sending me this palette, I suppose. It's not sponsored or anything, of course I would tell you if it was or not. But anyway guys, all the products that I use will be listed and linked down below in the description box, along with my Snapchat, Instagram and my Twitter. If I'm being honest, I don't really use Snapchat anymore. But yeah, I'm mainly Instagram actually, so yeah, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, but if you want to add me on Snapchat, okay. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you all in my next one.